to the whoop-de-wop.
Drifting off and getting
We're
away from
going to
that.
keep going over it, and I'm going to keep twisting your words
Whoop-de-wop
to remind everybody
is
Oh
we
my
don't owe
God.
white people. We do not owe white people
Whoop-de-wop.
shit.
is a place.
I run the risk,
Whoop-de-wop.
and it's not my channel, so I will just drop this fucking link.
Just curious. You know the
Yo,
who's your
hand me the whoop-de-wop.
Well, I know it's an Indiana thing.
You got
Yeah,
some
but do
money?
you know what
We
a
going
Hoosier
to the
is?
whoop-de-wop.
I actually don't.
Okay.
Yo,
That's
we
something to do with
those.
things.
Throw some cool
And
whoop-de-wops.
from a Hoosier, you're going to get certain things that are going to happen. And
Well, I
walk
do
down
know
the
at one
coast,
point
though, go
Indiana
grab that
was
shit
like
right
the
quick.
center of the
She
Klan.
was like, cool. And she already know to get my dough. So,
Fascist Failure. The State of Trump. By Timothy Snyder. What is the state of Trump? He is failing at fascism. For Trump to succeed in his fascist transition, he needs a bloody, popular, victorious war. And that is out of his reach. The State of the Union was full of fascist atmospherics, but it was also blowhard exhaustion. Trump's problem is not with idea of fascism. It suits him well. Just consider the atmospherics of last night. Fascism celebrates a leader who transcends law and aims to unite the people with their destiny. It denies truth in favor of grand stories of struggle against a chosen enemy. It posits an imaginary golden age. All of that was in the speech. Fascism demands a chosen enemy and victims. Trump called the Democrats in the audience crazy and associated them with illegal immigration and crime. The United States is engaged in an enormous cleansing project. ICE raids celebrate physical force in the cities, and our concentration camp system is landscape of domination in the countryside. The murder of civilians in Minnesota was greeted by big lies about the victims. All of this is awful, but it is also stasis. Trump is unpopular, the economy is weak. When the government murdered Americans, this did not deter protest. To actually change the nature of politics, to move beyond the current state of affairs, competitive authoritarianism, to something else, to fascism, Trump needs another kind of conflict. Fascism demands a major foreign war to kill one's own people and thereby generate a reservoir of meaning that could be used to justify indefinite rule and further oppression, to make the world seem like an endless struggles and submission to hierarchy as the only kind of life. Trump senses that he needs such a war, but characteristically he wants a shortcut. In the State of the Union, Trump portrayed Olympic hockey as a major international conflict, with the weird announcement that a goalie would receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom. After the extraction of Maduro from Venezuela, Trump compared the action to the Second World War, which is absurd. To complete the fascist transition, Trump has to give the country a war it does not want, and win it, and transform the society. He has brought us to the doorstep of a major war with Iran, but in the State of the Union, speaking about war preparations, he was looking around hopelessly and waving his hands. He is happy to talk about war with Iran, and hopes somehow that others will deliver it, but he cannot do it himself. Americans do not want such a war, but that is not exactly Trump's problem. Germans did not want a war with Poland in 1939 either, but Hitler fought one anyway, and won it quickly. Trump's problem is that he does not know how to fight a war, and he flounders. So what happens next in Iran policy? One could imagine a patient pressure campaign on Iran, a mixture of sanctions and promises, with demands for freedom of expression and support of civil society. But not, of course, from this administration. They have abolished the relevant institutions and forsaken the appropriate tools. There are only two real scenarios. In one, nothing much happens in Iran. Trump forgets about the tens of thousands of murdered protesters he claims to champion. The Navy sails away. Maybe some missiles are fired first, maybe not. And Trump claims that somehow this has all been an incredible victory and that now there is a miraculous peace. But this will have no effect on domestic politics. In the other scenario, we invade. That is the only escalation that could possibly work to advance the fascist transition. But it would not work. Trump is incompetent, and so are his advisors. And war is hard, and Americans will not be patient. Perhaps they would change their minds if Trump had an explanation of what he is doing, but he doesn't. Or if there were a rapid victory, which there won't be. An invasion of Iran would likely be so catastrophic in domestic politics that Trump would not see the end of his term, or even the end of this year as president. Trump wants it both ways. He wants to be the warlord whom everyone fears, but he also wants to make lots of money and to have his corruption defined as peacemaking. The word deal, which he always uses in the context of Iran, means we can be bribed. And if there is a common thread running through American foreign policy under Trump, it is this. And then Trump wants to be told that the combination of threats and bribes makes him a great peacemaker and that he deserves a prize. Consider the biographical trajectory. A guy from Queens wants to break rules and make money in real estate so that he will be accepted and admired in Manhattan. He fails at that, and then he attempts the whole venture again on a larger scale. He breaks rules and does make money as the President of the United States. But at the end he wants the acclamation, the acceptance, the bourgeois recognition of a remodeled house and gold trinkets. And so the state of Trump is that he is stuck. He is failing at fascism. He can break things, but he cannot make things. He can bluster, but he cannot triumph. He is tired, and every day is harder than the day before, and there are rivals in the wings and elections coming. Between now and November 2026, he has two moves: win a war, which he cannot, and suppress the vote, which he has telegraphed that he will try to do. This is a man, after all, who has already tried to steal an election. But he failed then, and the fact that he tried and failed once means that he should certainly fail again. There is one more obvious trick which Trump can try, a combination of the two. He can claim that the very disaster of the war that he himself started in Iran, or elsewhere, means that there can no elections because of the associated terrorist threats. But if journalists and judges and others are prepared for this gambit, it will fail. What is the state of the union? Fascism does not fail on its own. People have resisted, millions in protests, thousands or tens of thousands in cities when it mattered. Individual expressions of courage and commitment are everywhere. Even as many major media outlets collapse and concede, others do good work and local reporting keeps us informed. Civil society groups make plans and file lawsuits. Trump has brought us to a threshold that he cannot cross. But there is no such thing as normality. There is no going back. What comes next is open. Trump is stuck, but he is stuck in a terrible place. The United States remains in competitive authoritarianism, with fascists in positions of authority and federal institutions carrying out policies of oppression that cannot be reconciled with the rule of law. There will be more bad news in the next 6 months and more moments of courage and organizing. There will be elections in November, but they will not be unusual elections requiring an unusual effort. The opponents of authoritarianism can certainly win in an uphill struggle involving building big coalitions and thinking about better futures. We cannot go back, but we can do much better. Thinking About is a reader-supported publication. To receive new posts and support my work, consider becoming a free or paid subscriber.
All right. Well, on that cheery note, welcome to Stanley versus the World, the great State of the Union review. And that was Timothy Snyder, who's a history professor. Where is he? I guess he's at Yale. So his specialty is basically Eastern Europe and Russia. However, he is also considered an expert on fascism. So just so everybody knows, you can be a left-wing fascist too, but usually it's a right-wing thing. So this is the wonderful State of the Union, and we're going to look at the whitehouse.gov version. So there you are. And Trump made quite the splash. And unfortunately, the Democrats fell pretty flat in their response. And there's another lady that Big J showed, Summer Lee, I think her name is. who basically gave a third party response, which was much better than Governor Spamberger, or is it Span with an N or Spam with an M? I can't remember, but I there's a my third favorite male historian predicted that the Democrats would basically give what he calls a left nationalist or liberal nationalist response. And boy was he on boy was he spot on. So let us proceed with Donald Trump. And this is going to be lengthy. I went ahead and posted the link if anybody wants to come up for the festivities. Everyone, please make sure you hit the like button on your way in. And if you do catch this on the replay, like, share, and subscribe, especially share. We are 3 away or so from 300 subscribers. So there has been progress, very slow but steady. So let us begin.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
What's up,
Yo,
Ryan?
how's it going?
So far so good.
I just need to say this. All the lefties end up fascists. And Mao, I'll start with Mao and Stalin as examples. They come in on the left and they end up authoritarians. And the kill count from them easily beats Mustache Man. I don't know why we reference Mustache Man, actually. I'm like, Stalin crushes his numbers. And then Mao crushes his. Just crushes
Let me
them.
tell
It's embarrassing, actually.
I can tell you why.
Why?
Because Hitler is a direct result of the Enlightenment, for starters.
Well, but do you? Okay,
Mao was not a Western thing, even though Marxism is a Western thing.
Yeah.
Russia, you could probably say Russia was more a creature of Western civilization, but Germany was a direct descendant of the Enlightenment. You know, the Enlightenment perfected racism, for starters. Jews had been basically oppressed for centuries. Direct
Well, it's because they run the world.
hold on, direct product
They run the
of
world.
Western civilization. Spanish Inquisition, Portuguese Inquisition. There was even an English Inquisition. That's why.
I think the Romans threw them out initially. Hey, let me ask you this on a personal level. Don't you find that the internet now, both far left and far right, are very, very anti-Semitic, and all these people, it ends up with the Jews are running the world, doesn't it? Am I right? Don't you hear that shit a lot?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The farther reaches of the left and right, I talk about horseshoe theory all the time.
It just shocks me, the anti-Semitism. And look, I don't the Jews are as diverse as anyone. Like I do business with Jews. They don't get along. They can't decide on where to go to lunch, let alone run the fucking world. Let me just tell you, okay? They're
but when you
backbite each other.
hear people like John Galt and CT, and what shocks me is how anti-Semitic a lot of the blackosphere is. It shocks the shit out of me.
Well, I think all these shows. I mean, I see it everywhere. Like you got Nick Fuentes and the popular people, unpopular people, and it's like, I mean, and I'm like, if the Jews are so good at the media, they're losing the battle because I mean, all you hear is how terrible
and have been for centuries.
Oh, they're losing the battle. And I tell people they've been around a long time, and that religion has less than 18 million people. Okay, they're losing pretty bad, right? They got less than and their children. I do business with Jews that are a commercial building, and their family's been around for a long time. Every one of their kids has married non-Jewish people. So that means that they're
Shiksas.
well, yeah. And if you marry a shiksa, those kids are not going to be Jewish because it carries through the mom, right?
Right. Yep.
40%. And I had one guy, David is his name. I don't want to list his last name, but he said, here's the thing. It's worse than any Holocaust that's ever happened. Jews marrying non-Jews because then the kids aren't Jewish, right? It's worse than
well, Hitler. I think you can get around it if the mother converts.
Yes, you can, but I mean that's usually they just let go of religion altogether. And
well, Jews are surprisingly secular.
So the standard American Jews are, but the Hasidics are not.
Yeah, of course they're like Orthodox and ultra Orthodox. But let me tell you something. The Jewish community is one thing, but I tend to, since I'm a quote insider more or less, the black community, or let me not say the black community. This little YouTube,
some of the black community. I mean, yeah.
Well, this little YouTube group where when they start going, why can't we be more like the Jews, or why can't we be more like Asians? That's just spoken from a position of ignorance. They have no clue what they're talking about. Asians don't get along.
The closer you are, the less likely you are to get along. That's the truth.
Exactly.
I mean, neighbors, like if you look around the world, every country, they fight India, Pakistan, England, Ireland, like all the places in the world. People don't get along with their people they're close with, And I just get cracks me up because I'm like, I know a lot of Jews, man. They shit on each other. But I don't know why people are so mad at the Jews. They think. And another thing, Israel's Israel. It's a country. It's not a people, So I don't know.
Well, it kind of is. It's a nationality.
Yeah, but you think American Jews, they might support Israel in a sense that, like, hey, it should be a country. But they're not the ones that are blowing up anything. They're just over here trying to have a family, But people are mad, like, they're Jewish, I just think it's funny because all these conspiracy theories are so ridiculous. And the Jews are definitely they're losing the media. They control the media, but they're losing that game completely. They're losing. They're getting smeared, actually. So,
it's some nefarious plan. But let's get back. Speaking of anti-Semitic, and oddly enough, I don't think Trump is anti-Semitic. But once again,
his daughter married a Jew. His daughter married one. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you can be anti-Semitic, and look, I'm a little bit of a stickler. If you are, for instance, I mean, many MAGA people are like virulently anti-Semitic. And if Trump isn't calling those people out, and I guess he actually does. As a matter of fact, UCLA, I think, is being sued because they haven't been accommodating enough. To me, I think it's cynical. I think Trump is just finding a reason, but who knows? I mean, you can't read the man's heart.
I don't think he cares that much.
He does have very close ties, but it's like his love for the blacks. You can have an affinity for a community and still be a racist. People don't
Sure.
seem to understand that part.
Sure.
But anyway, I'm going to get back to this, and if you need to stop it, let me know.
Stanley, I think that people.
Did you watch this, by the way?
So I watched some of it, but it was
State of the Union.
I mean, it was 14 hours long. I think it's still going, actually.
Well, that's why I didn't. That's why. Look, I went to bed because I knew it was going to be long.
Yeah.
But I'm
no, but I want to say this.
The whole thing.
I want to say this. I think I personally deal with people on an individual level, right? So I agree with what you're saying about Trump. Like, I think he does like Mike Tyson. I think he does like Jesse Jackson, right? And I think
but they don't represent black people necessarily. And I know that's a hot take. I know that's a hot take when I say Jesse Jackson.
He might have a view like this. Like, in other words, hey, I don't like the blacks, but I like these individual people, right? So like that, he could be a racist. Like, I don't, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I think you got to treat everyone like we're all individuals. That's the truth. Everyone's an individual. You know what I'm saying? Every human's an individual.
I've said this before. Northerners hate black people, but they like black culture, and Southerners hate black culture, but they like individual black people. And I've actually kind of experienced that. Now, that's a very broad statement, but it is pithy. and it does, anecdotally, it worked for me.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know what he is. I just think that I know he's long fucking winded, and as far as I'm concerned, he's really screwed up. And look, I think the thing about Trump is he does have some very good ideas. I think as a developer, he had good ideas. Like he had a good vision, right? Execution wise, though, he just has done a fucking shit job. And as a developer, he needs somebody to take the football away from him and run with it once he kind of launches the idea. Because some of the stuff he says, I agree with. I really do. Like, I think we have to protect our workers better. Well, that's the tariff thing, right? Execution wise, he shit the bed. Completely shit the bed with this.
Right.
And now it's probably going to go away as a result. Oh, fuck. Am I on the right road? I think I am. So the whole tariff idea is going to go away for 10 more years until more of our industry's crushed. But it's the right idea. But execution, terrible. So go ahead and play it. I don't mean to hold you up there.
Okay. I'm also going to play the Democratic response, and then there's a third party called the Family Party that it was excellent, an excellent response.
Hold on. Let me ask you this: Are you the Democratic response? Is that one of the ones that were off-site?
Well, it was the governor of Virginia, Spanberger.
She's terrible.
Talking at Williamsburg.
Yeah, off-site. Is that what we're doing now? You've got to have an opinion about that.
Well, I do.
Like we can't all sit in the same fucking room.
Well, no, it was tepid. And really, to me, it was just kind of offhand. It wasn't very, it needed to be more critical of Trump. It was just very, what Tad Sturmer called liberal nationalist.
Hold on. I mean the fact that people are not attending the State of the Union. That whole thing is new. That's all new. Like
Oh, you mean the Democrats not? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Trump is awful. I wouldn't
So you
attend
think
either.
it's okay that they can't sit in the same room as the president?
Okay, well, it's why they're not sitting in the same room. It's a protest.
Yeah, that's for fucking. I was as critical of Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert heckling Joe Biden as the, for them not to even attend it's pathetic. I mean, it's
Um,
shameful.
well, it is pathetic, but it depends. I mean, some people are congratulating them because, hey, you know what? You don't have to. It's not like mandatory attendance. Not yet.
Well, prepare for the Republican response. So now it's just going to be partisan. They're not going to have to sit in the same
Okay,
room.
well, we're way past that point.
I just think they keep upping the ante, right?
Okay,
These
well,
two
I'm
sides.
telling you right now, it's Trump that's upping the ante.
Well, Trump did not attend the State of the Union for Biden.
Okay, you're not
GOP.
looking at you're not looking at the big picture. Number one, Trump spent time taunting them for starters. And number
Yes.
two, Trump every minute of every day, Trump is calling, these people communists and everything else.
Yes.
Trump, practically every speech that Trump gives, he's going after Democrats. And you know what? They didn't want to sit there and hear him spout bullshit about him. Democrats aren't generally far left.
Hold on a minute.
Why should
disagree
they sit
with that.
there? Why should they sit there and take his lies?
I mean, you don't think Spanberger's far left?
No.
I mean, she essentially wants to redistribute all the
Okay,
assets in
listen
the country.
to what I just said. I literally said, no, I don't.
Okay. Well, I don't think Trump is far right, especially because he's turning into half a socialist.
MAGA is far right, as a lot of populist movements tend to be. Right-wing populism tends to be farther right.
And how are you
than-
measuring that? How are you measuring it? What's your baseline?
I mean, mostly rhetorically. Well, the baseline is the racism, the authoritarianism, the anti-Americanism, and it's supposedly a populist movement that is basically the platform for oligarchs.
I thought you were going to say small government, anti-abortion, small government.
Trump is basically winding up being a form of national socialism.
I think you read this in Jacobin magazine, didn't you?
I don't read Jacobin.
The fucking commie magazine.
I'm not a big DSA type of leftist. I'm a little bit more centrist.
I appreciate that because I'm a moderate centrist myself. But I would say both parties have gone. The horseshoe theory is correct. I will concede. Not even concede. I just agree. They're batshit, and we better get back to center.
Well, I don't think the Jacobin crowd is batshit, but I do. One of the reasons I don't like the Jacobin crowd, the DSA crowd, is they want to basically do nothing but class analyses. And America defies class analysis because it's such a racist country. Race and class intersect to a point to where intersect isn't good enough. They're intertwined.
But if you, which I disagree with the government as involved in our lives as they are. I just fully disagree. Because it's distorted and people just vote for themselves, whatever the fuck it is. And that's a broken system.
Well, people are supposed to vote in their best interest.
Okay, well, if the government's just going to give me $100,000 a month, I'm going to vote for that, even if it destroys the country.
It may not be in people. Look, what people want in their self-interest doesn't necessarily mean it's the best thing for them in their self-interest. But
here's what's worse.
Vote.
It doesn't mean it's good for the country. The politicians can buy the voters.
Well, that's what Aristotle.
Aristotle's biggest criticism of democracy was the politicians figured out Caligula, okay? Terrible guy, but he had a festival a week. He realized he could retain power. And by the way, he's a terrible, I mean, talk about autocrat, you know, Caligula.
Yeah.
You know, he would like punish people and kill people while he was eating dinner for fun because he enjoyed it. He realized a festival a week, and I was a hugely popular emperor because all he did was buy the vote. Well, I'll have a festival.
Okay, well, what do
once a
you
week.
think Trump does? Tell me that no tax on tips. And
that's specifically what he's doing. Specifically.
Okay. Well, no.
Exactly what he's doing.
It's no tax on tips for the little guy, while his family has made over $1 billion in just the first year of his term. So he's doing bread for the masses while he is raking in billions.
Which I disagree with. All corruption.
And then for the oligarch part, he's got the richest man in the world basically deciding which government agencies survive and which don't. I thought that was appalling.
Okay, so what you're talking about is the broken structure of the government. I'm talking
about is naked oligarchy.
I mean, listen, I don't want to go too far down the oligarchy road because I'm just going to argue.
No. I'm already there for you. Okay. Most of his cabinet are billionaires. These guys are raking in cash.
Look who donates to the Democratic Party, which industries.
I don't care about the Democratic Party. They're not in power.
But they were, and they did the same fucking thing.
Okay, they were, but they're not now.
So our conversation is about the vote purchase, right? The corruption of the democracy.
Currently, that's what Trump is doing. And not only that,
you don't think the Democrats?
The dude
that's
has
their whole
confiscated. The dude has confiscated votes from 2020 using the FBI, and for some reason, the director of national intelligence was in charge of the operation. He is actively trying to subvert elections by telling these Republican states to figure out how to create extra districts for extra votes. What the hell do you think he's doing right now? The Democrats never did. The Democrats never did that.
They're specifically gerrymandering the shit out of the country right now.
That's just what like I'm saying. And who started it?
I'm in Maryland, so let's not go
Donald
there.
Trump. Okay. No. Donald Trump.
We were gerrymandered for 20 fucking years.
That yelling shit doesn't work with me.
Well, for 20 years. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not that way.
Donald Trump went to Greg Abbott and said, "Hey, I need you to create 5 extra districts," because he knows he's immensely unpopular and likely to lose the House.
So you don't. Okay, I just want to clarify. So you don't think that the Democrats do the same bullshit?
No.
Okay.
And you want to know why I don't think so? Because the president within a state, what the Democrats do within a state is perfectly fine. Okay. The federal government does not have that big a role constitutionally in state elections, and the president definitely doesn't.
You don't think the federal government...
This is a federalism thing.
I understand that. You don't think the federal government pumping trillions of dollars into the states and manipulating by way of the cash is crooked? Like, for example, Minnesota, when you pump trillions into Minnesota.
I don't think it's crooked.
You don't think there's bribery going on by way of that alone?
I'm sure there's bribery going on, Democrat or Republican.
I mean, the Democrats buy votes. They literally
I don't care about that.
I'll do
they
this.
They have all 3 branches of government right now. The Democrats do not. What the
That's why
Republicans
democracy is
do,
broken.
when the Republicans own or run all three branches of government, you bringing up the past Democrats or the present Democrats is weak tea.
President Biden was just going to forgive $1 trillion worth of student loans arbitrarily
President Biden,
on his
well, you
own.
know what? As it
He
turns
tried
out,
to.
as it turns
It's
out,
fucking crazy.
as it turns out, he probably should have been able to do it. And the reason I think
How?
that is I've read parts of what this past week, that case with the tariff case, the major questions doctrine. As it turns out, Biden had a better case for forgiving the student loans than Trump had for imposing tariffs.
On what
And
grounds?
the major questions doctrine. And the major questions doctrine requires, if a president is going to exercise, or an agency is going to exercise that power, Congress needs to expressly allow the delegation of power. Well, as it turns out, Biden actually had a case because the agency, the education department, Congress actually gave the education department the power to modify loans based on things like national emergencies and that sort of thing.
That's not what happened.
The reason I bring this up is that the IEEA, whatever it is that Trump was trying to use to levy tariffs aren't mentioned at all. However, Alito, Thomas, and Kavanaugh basically said Trump had the power to do it. Congress didn't mention tariffs at all. Trump took a lot. He took a leap. He stretched what Congress meant. That's why I'm saying Biden had a better case, because Congress basically said, hey, education department, if for some reason or another you deem for national emergency or just natural disaster, whatever, you do have the power to modify student loans. The argument was whether the loans could be forgiven. Okay, but forgiving loans is a modification. Well, the court conservatives basically said, nope, you can't do it, Biden. And at least Gorsuch, Coney Barrett, and Roberts were consistent, whereas Alito, Thomas, and Kavanaugh were not consistent. So what I'm trying to say, because I do want to get to this speech, what I'm trying to say is that the Republicans have all three branches. And if you're going to bring up Biden and what the Democrats have done, it is pure whataboutism, and I'm not going to give you any quarter. The Republicans are firmly in charge.
But I only bring up Biden to say that the government in and of itself is dysfunctional. You're saying Trump. I'm saying it's fucked up because they both corrupted it. And that's my larger point. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's not. So
welcome to America. It's been corrupt from the start.
It hasn't been corrupt from this.
Actually, it has. If you pick up a history book, I can point out, George, one of the major reasons there was even an American Revolution is England wanted to stop land speculation, because they were, the French and Indian War was literally the last straw. George Washington and all these land speculators, basically England had put a stop to it, and the elites like George Washington were none too happy about it. Okay, the corruption has been going on since day one in this U.S. government, and if you care to pick up a history book, you would. I
have picked up history books.
All I have to say is there is almost not a government on earth that's not corrupt in one way, shape, or form.
They've distorted the government with financial manipulation by buying the
I'm
voters.
sorry, George Washington as a land speculator. George Washington had more land than practically anybody on earth
Yeah.
at one point in time because he was
I
a
know
land
that.
speculator.
I'm well aware that,
So
that
what are
he
you
was.
talking about? The
But it's,
government has had a level of corruption from day one.
and I'm trying to figure out why he's disputing that.
What are you talking about? Who is this
Why
person?
are you
It's
disputing what
Mela.
Stanley just told you?
Okay, Mel. My point is that over the last, I want to say, 100 years, we're now to the point where the two parties are. Look, Trump is buying votes too. Correct? No tax on tips. No tax on tips. That's a vote purchase. He's saying waitress and waiters and anyone that gets tips, I'm going to forgive this. But literally, these people are going to vote for him just based on that, not for the good of the country at all, right? So
Well,
what these
I
politicians
actually
is
think
bribing the public.
now there's a cap on there. There's like I forget what the cap is. It's up to like $10,000 or something. How is that not good for the country?
No tax on Social Security. No tax on Social Security. I just told
Again,
all the old
how
people.
is that bad for the country?
I mean, I can tell you how it's bad just based on the financial aspects alone. But what if
Okay,
no
I'm
tax on
gonna
you?
have
No
to
tax
say
on you.
this corporate welfare, that's way worse for the country.
See, here's you don't understand how it works, obviously.
No, I
You don't
understand exactly what you're saying, and I'm disagreeing with you.
So
There's an extra $500 billion. Apparently, they're trying to figure out how to give it away to the Defense Department. How is that good for the country?
10%. So number one, I disagree with all that. I fully disagree with giving any money away at this point. We're $38 trillion in debt because politicians are handing out money like it's free. Every program.
Guess what? By the way, we're going to have to, at some point, somebody's going to be getting refunds with interest from these tariffs. Tariffs may
No, the companies are now suing. They're suing. The companies are suing. Which, by the way, here's the problem with Democrats. Okay, this is China's winning. It's damaging the country that's happening. I understand that what he did was wrong. Okay.
No, what he did was incompetent. It was incompetence.
It's hurting your nation. That you shouldn't be happy about this. You shouldn't be happy.
Okay,
it's like rooting for Russia.
Why do you think I'm reacting to this State of the Union? If I think Trump is incompetent.
What Congress should do right now is pass retroactive tariffs and then cut it off, so that we don't have to pay back the tariff money, because we could use it.
Doing shit.
Well, sure they're not, but you're rooting against your own country, Stanley. You see that, right?
Okay.
Because you hate Trump that much.
How am I rooting against my own country? I'm pointing out the incompetence.
Because you want the corporations that are going to sue the government.
Oh, no. You get me wrong. I'm laughing at the incompetence.
It is, listen, what he did was obviously unconstitutional. He failed. He tried. They did collect $170 billion, and it'd be good if the government could keep it. Like just keep it.
Okay,
it's already paid.
You know what? These corporations aren't having it. Let me put it to you this way. If the Republicans want to have a chance in 2028, they're going to figure something out. Okay, you piss off companies like Costco and see what happens.
What? So you're rooting for the corporations instead of the federal government?
I'm pointing out Trump's incompetence. He dug his own grave on this.
Listen, I agree.
I'm rooting for Trump to fail.
So Trump will fail when these companies sue.
Trump will fail because of his incompetence and his hubris.
But it's damaging the country, each individual person in the nation.
I didn't do the damaging. Trump did.
It's like these taxes are paid by the people.
The damage is done.
The taxpayers are getting screwed. You, me,
well,
everyone.
the taxpayers got screwed when they fucking elected him.
So you're cool with that?
Yes,
you're fine.
yes.
Well, I assure you this.
Tell me that the taxpayers didn't know that Trump was this incompetent. I did.
In 8 to 10, no, they just want hope. Okay, people just want hope.
well, they got more than hope.
When you tell people that have lost their job that where they worked at the steel mill,
Can you explain why people thought there was hope in Trump, please?
I can't really hear what she's saying.
Oh.
I can't hear you that well, Mella.
Can you hear me now?
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
a little borgy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't hear you, Mel. So I'm sorry.
Speak again, Mella. Let me see if I can adjust it from this. Oh wait,
I was wondering.
Try it now.
Getting a little better.
In Trump,
it's somewhat better.
Why do you think people found hope in Trump?
Let's say you live in, I don't know, just pick a place anywhere, and you're working for the steel mill, and someone shows up and says, "Hey, China stole your job, and all these corporate people shipped it overseas." He's right. It's totally true, right? And we're going to bring jobs back so you can work at the steel mill again and make 10 times what you're making.
Okay, China didn't steal their jobs.
Well, the government chose to send the government. Essentially, we sent all these jobs overseas for various reasons.
The NAFTA agreement. Yeah. Okay.
Well, NAFTA's part of it, but they thought in their minds that, hey, we can move up the value chain and do high end work, and it's okay if we let these steel mills go, which is just stupid calculus. So
same thing with textiles, same thing with all kinds of things.
And by the way, I was told the same thing in 2000. I was like, well, that makes sense. Let them do that, and then we'll go do the computer shit, right? Yep. It didn't work. Kind of backfired, but I thought it.
I thought
it.
But it's disingenuous to say China stole the jobs. It was corporate America who offshored the jobs.
That's right. And Ross Perot warned us of this.
And I agree.
Yeah.
Mella, I voted for him, by the way. I voted for Ross Perot.
Yeah, we were all warned by Ross Perot.
I agree with that.
But
he had those charts and stuff.
The physical prowess that America craves, he didn't win.
Nah. Well, they split the vote, and Clinton won. Bush and Ross Perot kind of split the vote, and Clinton won. And we sent all the jobs.
I got a cold. Excuse me. This is why I asked you. This is why I asked you, with your perception, why did America find hope in Trump, based on your objective perspective?
Well, I'll tell you what. Trump told everybody, and he's going to reindustrialize. And if you go through the Baltimore Museum of Industry, which I did about 6 months ago,
it had nothing to do with image.
No, it had to do with being told that you're going to get your job back at the steel mill at Broning Highway. We had Bethlehem Steel here. And by the way, I just want to tell you something about the Baltimore Museum of Industry. Baltimore did a great job. There was white workers, Asian workers, black workers, all workers. Baltimore Museum of Industry. We had great industries. And all these cities were rocking. Baltimore was one of the best growing cities in 1955. Huge industrial base. And by 2010, all that stuff was gone. Westinghouse, Corona, all this stuff. So when you hear Trump say, we're going to bring jobs back, we're going to reindustrialize. Now I haven't lost my job. I'm in commercial building. However, I watch people lose their jobs. I watched 8 people committed suicide when Bethlehem Steel closed. 8 people, 8 men that work there, right? So I'll just tell you that people want that hope. That's the hope. And look, do I believe him? He might be trying. It ain't, I knew it was going to be hard because China undercuts everybody. But
Okay,
that's the
so
hope people want.
God rest the souls of those who unalive themselves due to desperation being deceived. I applaud you for remembering that.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is
My
that
city was really hurt by that, though.
I
Just
can imagine.
deindustrialization.
I
You know?
can imagine I would have been as well. What I'm emphasizing is that there's something about uh, this country's prioritization of imagery that we're not talking about.
Well, I
Excuse me.
mean that goes under the guise of basically nationalism. And I could go farther with
Right,
fascism, but let's just stay with the nationalism part. This American exceptionalism thing that we've had for decades, if not, a century or more. Yeah, image is everything. Same
right,
thing, our
So,
right.
politics.
Which is why I'm going to share a
What's up,
video
man,
with
of
you.
tomorrow?
I'm going to share a
what's going
video
on?
with you. That's a topic of consideration about how in the formative years of children, uh, media interests such as Walt Disney perpetuated that white exceptionalism concept. And people today who find themselves disgusted, even considering racism, subconsciously in their childhoods by watching what would be otherwise known as wholesome, animation, was actually programming people to consider the divide. And I got a cold. I don't sound very well. I'm gonna just click the video on the back chat for you to review at your leisure.
Okay.
It's about 20 minutes long. I'm going to mute. Hey, man, of tomorrow, and
Hey, how's it going?
you too, kind sir. Thank you for your respect and patience. Thank you, and of course, kisses and hugs. But don't catch my cold, Stanley.
Noah, did you get what I was saying
Um,
about hope, though? Did you get that?
oh yeah. Well, let me
I heard it.
talking
So,
about
Yeah. I'm
image.
going to mute. I
Talking
heard it.
about image. I'm actually shocked. This just came in ground news. Nearly two
oh, yeah.
thirds of the State of the Union viewers approve of Trump research. I'm sorry, Trump speech, according to this CNN poll. On Tuesday night, President Donald Trump drew a 64% or very somewhat a
I
very
saw that.
64% very or somewhat positive reaction to his nearly 2 hour State of the Union by outlining policies on housing, drugs, and insider trading. And the speech won backing with 62% approving of economic proposals and 62% immigration plans. Voter responses split on priorities and tariffs, with 54% saying Trump had the right priorities and 51% approving of his handling of tariffs. Boy, are these people stupid. I'm
No,
like,
no. Listen, they're not stupid. These are literally, it's a leftist poll. It's a Democrat poll.
okay,
The
the
Democrats are taking
bullshit.
the dumbest.
Wait, hold it.
It
How is
is.
it a Democrat poll when they're saying
Uh,
these people are saying most people approved of it?
I know, but who was the polling agency? Wasn't it like Reuters or
It
something?
was no, it's well,
Huffington Post.
Reuters is not left wing for starters.
Yeah,
Whoever
they're pretty. You're right.
SSR
You're right.
whoever SSRS is, I don't know what that is, CNN. All I'm saying is more than two-thirds, about two-thirds of people approved of the State of
I
the
don't believe
Union
that.
address.
I
And
don't believe
I'm saying if this is true, people are
Well, that's the
stupid.
poll. Okay, but Stanley, it's because the Democrats are taking
Oh
stupid
my God.
positions.
Is fucking everything about the Democrats. They
Um,
literally are not running the joint.
I
anything.
understand that. We're talking about the poll.
What
We're
do the
talking about the poll.
Democrats have to do with Trump delivering the State of the Union address?
I'm trying to tell you about the poll and why it is reflecting what it is. Because Trump is
Okay,
playing to
what
his strong
tell
hand.
me how the Democrats are at fault.
I'm not saying they're at fault. I'm saying Trump stayed on what was popular with the speech, which is why it went over well, right?
Okay, but the problem is most of what I saw, and I didn't see a lot of it. That's why I want to review it now. Everything I heard was outright lies.
Okay.
What?
But so
I mean,
Trump,
I watched a little bit of it on Big J's show this morning. He didn't show a lot of it, but what I saw, outright lies.
the Democrats are defending fraud in Minnesota. They're defending
That's
Okay,
bullshit. Bullshit.
it's not. It is bull. It's not. They are defending it. It's stupid. They shouldn't defend it.
Okay,
They should say,
no,
"Yep,
no,
it's
no, no,
terrible."
no.
What?
What you're
What
calling
fraud?
defending, they're not lying about it. That's what you're calling defending?
Trump can frame it that way smartly,
Yes,
by the
he
way.
can frame it that way. That's the lie.
But there was 18 billion in theft, by the way. So
There
they did steal
was,
the
but
money.
it wasn't this year. It wasn't last year. That stuff happened years ago.
Well, just this year, a guy went to the Leering Center and nobody was there. They've been stealing money for years.
You know what? I covered that. He was a fraud. Okay.
Who was a fraud? Nick Shirley?
Okay, who the fuck is gonna let some random guy into a kindergarten? That would be crazy.
People have already been convicted of a lot of this shit.
Because some
You're literally defending it now yourself. Crazy.
Just because someone, dude, if my kids went there and I knew some random fucking stranger could knock on the door and be let in, I'd be livid.
And then they tried to stop the money, and the Democrats fought it. Why wouldn't they just call it out?
Ryan, you are just off kilter.
I'm not off kilter.
You're saying calling out a fraud and falsehoods is defending.
It's not in falsehoods. How much money was stolen?
Okay.
How much money was stolen?
Dude, that guy. Okay, what does it have to do with anything? It's already been through the courts.
Okay, so it's no longer happening. This year, it's not happening.
I don't know whether it's happening or not, but if it is, Trump needs to be stopping it. He's talking about shit that happened.
How can he stop it?
Trump is talking about stuff that's already been through the courts.
The state has not stopped it. They're still stealing money.
You have no clue what you're talking about, and neither does Trump.
Okay.
What Trump is doing is making shit up to
He's
stir
not.
the pot.
He's
yes,
not.
he is.
How much money was stolen? How much money was stolen?
Who gives a fuck? That's Trump's
billions
problem.
of dollars.
What Trump needs to do is
you're
stop
defending
lying
it.
about
You're
it.
being a good Democrat. You're defending it.
Okay, no, I'm literally saying Trump is incompetent and a liar.
This is why Trump won last night, because the Democrats defended fraud.
Okay, you know what? Trump
That's
is
my
not
point.
going to win.
What?
Trump is not. See what you get. You like all these fucking MAGA Republicans.
Right.
You get fooled by the shiny objects. Okay, Trump is literally. If you look at any of what he said last night, it's mostly lies and fluff.
Let's move to Abrego Garcia.
You got excited by a hockey team.
Let's go to Abreu Garcia.
Yes.
Let's watch the fucking
He was
speech.
deported, defending
Instead of you
a guy who beat his
babbling on,
wife.
let's watch the speech.
That's why Trump won last night.
Let's watch the speech. Okay?
Trump didn't
Won
win
what?
shit last
Won
night. It
what?
was a State
Won
of the
what?
Union, not an election.
Well, you heard the poll, right?
Okay, dude.
You heard the poll.
You know what? Any other time,
poll.
Ryan, any other time, people like you would be going, you can't trust polls.
Yeah. All Trump had to do was stand
So
up
now
for
we can
90
trust
minutes
polls. Gotcha.
and not fall down while
I
talking.
just,
He was lying. He was lying. The only thing that was credible was the awards that were decorated for veterans. Like,
what was he lying about? What was he lying about again?
about every freaking thing.
Well,
So it was.
hold on.
It's sort of,
Instead of
like,
speculating, let's just watch the speech.
yeah, let's analyze the speech.
What's up, Solid Snake?
And forgive me for my voice.
Oh,
I
that's all
got a
right.
cold.
So Solid Snake, I'm insane. Is that right? Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black?
Snake, what's up, buddy?
They
We got
don't
to
like
get him
your
up here.
they don't like your bravado, Stanley.
My bravado.
Mella, the
I've
problem
been
is his
there.
facts are
I've been
wrong. He
there.
just reads these lefty
My
publications.
facts
He
are
doesn't
not
read.
wrong.
He doesn't read the Federal Reserve. He doesn't go on the Treasury, Congressional Budget Office. He doesn't look at that. He looks at like
Hey,
the
you know
fucking New York
what?
Times and shit.
Neither does your president.
Well, I certainly do, and I know the numbers.
And
Okay.
Well,
you're not president.
you're not the president.
You're not president.
Well, I'll only say that he tends
You're
to
just talking
embellish.
shit. You're not
He
the
tends to.
president.
He tends to embellish.
And by the way, just give me one president that doesn't. Ready, go.
Here we go.
That's exactly
They're
right.
all full of shit.
You. That's how they
What
get
about
there.
is that
Yes.
what about the other presidents ism?
And just like Tim Walz is full of shit, that's why he's stepping down, because he knows his state is fucked with
Money
fraud.
and bravado will get you there. Period.
Well, I don't look. I think the president should be limited in his power. I'm the opposite of
Yeah,
what.
well, your president doesn't think he should
No,
be
he's not
limited
my
in power.
president. He's the nation's
And the
president. but
Supreme
not
Court
mine.
doesn't think that he should be limited either.
Should be.
Well, they just limited him, so apparently they do.
Should
Well, that's
be.
because they had no choice. Three of them wouldn't have.
I think he shouldn't pass one law. I think he should be told what to do by Congress, and I think Congress needs to do their job better than what they're doing.
And what are you gonna do about it?
We can't vote.
But the conservatives have never legislated whenever they had power. They've never. They do tax cuts, they do culture warrior based things, but they don't really do anything else outside of that when they have power.
Oh
They don't.
shit!
I'm a
I can-
result.
Did you
I
see?
could
Hey,
argue-
wait, hold it. Did you see that? He just blew Amy Coney Barrett off.
Of course you did. Of course.
Look, watch this.
You
Well,
was-
she's far right.
Oh, he just
she's
walked
far right.
She
past
kept her
her.
hands closed.
Holy
though.
shit! So
She's far right.
Trump
She's an extremist.
She kept her hands
Trump
closed.
shook hands with Roberts. What's her name? Damn it. Kagan and Kavanaugh.
Sotomayor.
And walked right past Amy Coney Barrett. Damn.
She kept
Yeah.
her hands closed. That's the signal.
He nominated Powell. Now he's getting rid of him. If you don't do what he wants, he gets a case of the ass. Sadly, so
Yeah.
I'm not a Trump fan, by the way.
I
However,
understand, Ryan.
I'm not a Trump fan.
I know.
And by the way,
did
Mel,
he shake hands? Did he shake hands with
the
Fetterman?
biggest problem, Fetterman's gone. He's gone rightish as much as MTG's gone leftish. So, but I will say, no one up here wants to deal with it, nor does anyone in Congress. But the biggest thing facing the United States is a fiscal cliff, and financially, that will bring the country down. That's what's going to be the biggest challenge over the next 20 years.
So why do we keep doing tax cuts if that's the case?
We the tax cuts that either party has done, the Democrats didn't raise
once
taxes.
again, Democrats
Here
are
we go.
famous for their tax cuts.
Well, first off, I speak of Congress and say they need to do their job. I don't say Republican or Democrat. Both of them are fucking stupid right now. There's no fiscal conservatism.
Wait. Who runs the House? Who runs the Senate? Who runs the presidency?
I agree. My statement was we're facing a fiscal disaster that's getting more
How
expensive
come
each day.
the conservatives, who always talk about fiscal issues, how come they're not fixing it?
They're assholes, just like the Democrats. I'm stating this is the problem.
Okay, the Democrats are not running anything right now. The Republican Party runs everything.
Well, the Democrats stacked $10 trillion worth of debt on in the last 4 years. So they are culpable.
Oh, well,
just
what
like
did
the
Trump
Republicans.
rack up in his first term?
He went from 17 to like 22, and Biden went from 22 to whatever. They've all exponentially spent more. Well, and by the way, nobody can rein it
Oh,
in.
thank you very much.
Last night he said we're not going to touch Medicare and Social Security, even though it's the biggest fucking line item in the budget. Right? We
You know
can't
what?
touch it. The sacred cow.
Those
That's
are
right.
insurance
Well, you know
programs.
what?
Those are
He
insurance
also
programs.
said
They're
he also
entitlements.
said that he also said something about, hey,
I know.
we
You are
should
entitled.
be we should be
You are
able to
entitled
make
to it
enough.
if you pay into it. You are entitled to it.
He
Yes.
he went back and he doubles down on this tariffs could replace income taxes. That doesn't sound fiscally sound to me.
If tariffs were high enough, you could
No,
theoretically do it.
Okay, who
But
pays tariffs? If who pays? You know what he ought to do is just tariff nothing but luxury goods.
there's not enough. It's not enough money. It's not enough
Well,
money.
he should just
It's not
do it
enough money.
anyway.
It's not enough money. I mean, look, it's a great theory. It's just like tax the rich. Let's tax the billionaires. Guess what? You could take all their money, every penny, and it wouldn't touch the federal deficit.
Oh, by the way,
It wouldn't touch it.
one of the European countries decided to tax unrealized gains. Did you hear
Yeah,
about
there you
that?
go. That's called property seizure, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
well,
called,
you know what?
it's literally
I
property
saw
seizure.
it and I forgot to note which country it is, but it's one of the
They
European
should
countries.
also tax high volume trading. They should tax that as a separate
I bet,
15% on top
why
of
not
that.
tax? Why not tax trucking? What if they tax trucking? You're in trucking, right?
Okay. Yes.
So tax trucking more. So
They are taxing trucking right now. They are
Let's
taxing trucking.
let's work through that. Let's
Diesel's
work through
up
that idea.
over. Diesel's up 75 cents from the past. I don't know, 6 weeks. Right now,
So do
it's
you
over
take
$4
those?
everywhere. I just can't remember.
If they double diesel now with a tax, let's say they doubled it, would you lose money or would you raise your rates?
I wouldn't have to. I get paid fuel surcharge based off of what it is to drive the product to the actual place.
Well, then that means you'd raise your rates. It would cost more money.
No,
The
no,
fuel
no. They have
surcharge
to
would
pay
go
more.
up.
No. They will have to pay more because I get my rate and then I get the fuel surcharge, how much it costs in fuel to get to one specific point or another. Now,
So the fuel.
most people.
Okay, so go ahead. Sorry.
All right, so most people in the trucking industry, the brokers steal the fuel surcharge and only give them the line haul. You're supposed to be getting paid line haul and fuel surcharge, but most people
Okay.
in the industry only get the line haul, and the fuel
Okay,
surcharge
so
is stolen by the broker.
let's use a different example. Do you pay for
Okay.
your own tires? You pay for your own tires.
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
Okay, and your own truck. So let's say your truck is $500,000. I don't know the price, but they say we're going to tax you 100% of the price of a truck. So now your truck is $1 million, and the government keeps 500 grand. Are you
No,
going
that's
to
not
raise
how
your?
it works. That's
I
not how it works.
I'm giving you an example. I know that's not how
Okay,
it works. I'm saying,
okay.
let's say they chose to do that. Would you lose money, or would you transfer those costs to your customers? In other words,
No,
raise your rates.
no. I
You
mean,
raise your rates.
because you like newer trucks. No. You don't have to. See, the thing is, like, large carriers are getting out of the business because they can't use brand new equipment and be able to run their actual system like they used to. So now, what people do, like what I do, is I go in and I buy trucks in cash, and I actually go put a brand new engine inside of it. Now, it
Okay,
costs
well,
a hell of a lot to do that, but at the end of the day, I get 5-6 years of free operation out of it. So let's say, like,
but
the
when you're
average truck makes about 500,000 a year. I have
but when
17 trucks. That's like 8.5 million a year, and that it brings in a lot of money. But if I bought new equipment for like 100,000, no, that shit would be down all the time. But if I could just go buy older equipment and put new up-to-date stuff in it, I save all that money and I get to expense the truck 5 or 6 years in a row. So I
Okay,
save
but
money.
here's my point. My larger point is this, okay?
Okay.
You and all the people you can, if the government just chose to tax all the trucking, whatever it is, all the truck purchases or all whatever, by the mile, whatever you charge by the mile, they just said, we're going to double that and keep the money. That's just like doing tariffs on everything. And it's just like charging corporate taxes. All these people do, companies, is transfer those costs to the consumer. Whether it's you or Walmart or tariffs, the government takes those costs because business doesn't lose money. You're not going to lose money. You're going to transfer the cost. Your competitors are going to take those costs and transfer them to the customer. We got to raise our rates. If everyone universally raises their rates, nobody gets hurt. The customer does, the consumer does, right? That's it. So the government transfers all these costs onto the consumers and they hide it because they're full of bullshit. And that's my problem. They raise your costs and everybody else in trucking raise their costs through regulation, through the fucking EPA, through gas tax, all the shit. The consumer pays and then we don't bitch. But everyone in this country is probably paying 50 to 60% of their money in taxes, more than the Chinese. We're halfway to socialism, for Christ's sake. And yet these politicians still come out and say, oh, man, we need more money. We want more money. We want more fucking money. You're a business owner. You're probably paying 60% of your money to taxes. If you add it all up.
No, right? That's not true.
You got employees.
Yes, I do.
Okay. You're paying their Social Security.
Yes.
On their end, and then they're paying Social Security, right?
No, I mean, they take the money. There's two ways you can do it. You can pay it at the end of the year, or else you can take it as it comes in. I do the take it as you come in because I'm not trying to run a loss and end up, no. It's just better to take.
Well, so you give them a 1099, and then they pay all their Social Security, which is 15% off the top. Then they pay federal taxes. Then you pay state taxes. Plus, you're paying tolls for driving up and down the road. You're paying gas tax. My state's charging fucking 80 cents a gallon. Like, every time I park my truck, I got to pay. Like, I think these states, all these governments and shit are ripping everybody off. They're just top to bottom. You guys bitch about corporations. I'm like, the government's the biggest corporation in the world.
You want to know how much I pay Easy Pass every month, and I don't complain about it?
Probably $50,000 with all them trucks.
No. It's between $13,000 and $17,000.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. I know it's got with 17 trucks. It's tons. By the way, Easy Pass. I'm in Maryland. It's all rivers. It's fucking rivers everywhere, right? A third of the state is the Chesapeake Bay. They originally did the Key Bridge, the Bay Bridge, and the tunnel, and said we're going to charge a toll until we pay for the tunnel. They're still charging a toll. Still.
Yeah.
To this day, they're charging a toll.
Colorado did the same shit with E470 and C470. That shit's been paid off for, 20 fucking years, and they're still collecting tolls on the shit. Now, here's one thing that I agree with Trump with. Here is one thing I do agree with Trump with. Regardless of anybody say. If you take a dime in fucking toll money, you don't get highway funds. That's one thing I do agree with. Because, like, Illinois and Pennsylvania is by far what 90% of my fucking Easy Pass money is. Chicago area and going across 76, across Pennsylvania. Not even like 95 for like fucking New Jersey. It's not even that bad, right?
Do you travel DC?
Yes.
Okay. They're now just putting Easy Pass on the roads. Just fuck it. Like if it's like
no, I know they are. I know they are.
It's right. So I either sit in traffic for 5 hours, or I can just pay to just drive without traffic. Why don't you build the roads right so I don't have this bullshit? Which, by the way, that's a huge poor tax.
Hey, Charlotte does the same shit. You ever driven through Charlotte? Yeah, Charlotte has the same engineered fucking toll bullshit that's just like that. You can have 3 lanes, or else you can have 1 lane and 2 lanes that fucking each pass. Yeah, I disagree with that bullshit too. But at
And
the
I
end
think
of the
it's
day,
just sneaky. It's very sneaky with like the corporate taxes are kind of sneaky. Like just charge income tax to everybody, right? Charge the rich more. I think billionaires, if you're making $50 million a year, your top 40 million should probably be at about 75% taxes, right? So I'm all about taxing people of super high income. Tax the shit out of them, charge them 90%. I don't care. But I also look at it and go, well, they're going to charge them and then blow the money because they're so irresponsible. The government is. They're going to charge them and just keep the fucking money. They'll
I
blow
mean,
it
but
on
you got
dumb
to
shit.
stop them from getting loan. Like every transaction that they do should be taxed. Because if you see like the way Elon Musk does his money, I kind of do my money the same way, to where I don't take a salary, but everything that I use, throughout my business, that's it's kind of like an expense to the business.
Well,
But
okay,
some,
but listen. I mean, I'm just going to tell you, if you if it has to go towards the benefit of the business, or it's accounting fraud. So you're taking a risk there by doing that. Like you can't just have a house, like buy a house and just put it on your business because it's
oh
not used
hell
for the
no, you
business.
can't do no.
Yeah.
Like that's why you get actual accountants to work all that shit. Like you don't do your own
Yes.
taxes,
Yeah.
any of that shit. Like that's what the license for.
But
Anything
if you have
goes
a company
wrong,
vehicle, you can have a company
yeah.
vehicle and use it personally, but you should back pay, right? Like if you get caught doing it, you can still get jacked. So um, and if you take someone to lunch, it's supposed to be for the benefit of the business. If you get caught, I never play games when I have my business because I was scared to death of getting audited. Because that's where if you get audited, that's where you get screwed because it's so much of your time and energy is into the audit. But
You know
anyway,
how you
I
get
just
past the audit? You know how you get past the audit?
get a good accountant.
And not,
Let
not
him
only
play.
that, not only that, just run everything through one bank account and just print out your bank statements and give it to your accountant. That way you're not
Yeah,
hiding anything. They get to see every
I
single
didn't
one of your
play
transactions.
around. I don't want to. I'd rather just. I'd rather not have to deal with the government and pay a little more taxes. And I'll pay my taxes. I don't want to not pay. I just think that they're ridiculous and absorbent. And I
Right,
think they're
here's the thing.
sneaky.
We don't disagree. I told you that
Yeah.
before. We don't disagree. We
Okay.
don't.
Good.
It's just that your angle is a little bit different. My angle's a little bit different. But at the end of the day, I want people who make a hell of a lot more money than me, that all their financial transactions should be taxed. And most of their transactions, like 99.99% of their transactions that they make, are not taxed. But all of my financial transactions are taxed. All of your financial transactions are taxed if you're a smaller fucking business. If you're a large business, like or else a billionaire, like almost none of your transactions, financial and bases, are not taxed at all.
Yeah. Not when they finally cash out all the stock and stuff that money's in. They're going to have to pay taxes on it. Like you can't get away from the fucking government. Even when you die, like your estate gets taxed if there's any money left. So, I think the government now, and by the way, people talk about Trump cutting taxes. I pay more taxes with Trump because he got rid of personal deductions. And now you get the standard deduction. But I operate like a independent business. So I get screwed. But
You
either way,
itemize?
like, no, I take standard deduction.
No,
So, because
dude, what are you doing?
it doesn't.
No, no, no. It does
Most
matter,
of,
dude. It matters a lot.
most of my expenses are like lunches, parking, which my company will pay a percentage of that. So it really mathematically doesn't really add up to where it's worth that much.
It
But I
does
look at
add up if you itemize.
well, it depends on how many itemized deduct. I mean, it depends on how many you have. My company also pays for my gas, and they give me money for car and shit. So I probably have it's probably a break even. But if you think about this, neither party, which by the way, the whole government's run by millionaires, all of it. There's nobody in Congress that's not a millionaire, at least minimum, right? And then they come out and they're all worth 30
How
million.
about AOC? She wasn't at one point.
She's now worth like look her up. I think it's 10 million, 15 million or
Was
something.
that right?
Oh, they're all Elizabeth Warren.
Really?
It ain't from a fucking book deal. All of them. Bernie. Look them up. It's amazing how they accumulate money while in office. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
because you get the insider trade. Yeah, 'cause you get the insider
dude,
trade.
yeah, well, that's right. But
You do.
my thing is,
I'm not lying. I mean, it's very profitable.
dude, I mean, look, think about going into a meeting right before they're getting ready to shut the whole country down. And they're like, look, this COVID thing's out of control. Let's shut the country down. And then you're like, all right, look, I gotta buy 3M stock because N95 masks are made by them. I gotta buy Johnson and Johnson. I gotta buy a bunch of internet stocks because people are gonna be home. like these people cleaned up on that shit, right? So, and then we're all out here like a bunch of suckers, So
That's why you raise capital gains tax and financial transaction tax to an extreme amount.
I think over a certain amount. But like, look, you're going to sell your business one day, and I mean, look, you got 17 trucks.
Soon.
That's some assets.
Soon,
Yeah.
within 7 years, I have to. I will. I want to retire and go do shit.
Well, you're going to pay big capital gains on that. You're not a billionaire, I'm assuming, right? But like, let's say you sell and get 10 million, whatever. Well, let's say 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, whatever it is. But like on 5 million, if you retire at 60, and even investing, if you get sick or something, that's going to go. 5 million is not a huge amount of money anymore. If you get sick with some kind of serious illness, that 5 million will go quick if you're in like home care or something, And so at the end of the day, like, you're going to pay capital gains on that. For people like you, I don't think you should pay that much capital gains, but I think billionaires probably should. So there's got to be an income limit on it,
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but that's why I say that we agree, because I think that people who have an exorbitant amount of money are not doing anything except for living off the interest and have all these weird financial transactions that me and you would have to pay taxes for, but they don't. So when I do eventually sell it for like 10 or 15 million in like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, I'm probably going to get like a 35% hit if I don't spend all the money. Like, I'm only going to sell it if I can find a way to buy up a whole bunch of shit so that way I can be able to make even more money in 5 or 10 years that'll offset the tax. Otherwise, I see no reason to sell it. Because people try to walk in and try to...
You got to put the money in,
every time.
Roll it into something else. Well, you can roll it into, but it's still, if your cost basis is X and you get 10 million and your cost basis is 2, they're still going to go, we want our 8 million in cap gains, and you're going to pay 20%. You pay 1.6 million in cap gains at that point. And if you sell it for too much, well, here's what I'm saying. If you sell it for too much, right, they'll hit you with AMT, which is alternative minimum tax. That's 37%.
Not that high. Come on.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, look it up. Look up AMT on 10 million. It's 37% federal. So here you are busting your ass, saving your money, buying these trucks, taking all this risk, and the government says, "Hey, I want $4 out of $10 you just made." What? Like, to me, that's crazy.
Well, I mean, if you take a lump sum and you don't do shit with it, yeah, that's what you're going to get taxed. But if you put in, like any person who sells shit for that amount, before they get that money, somebody is already putting that money in the other vehicle, so that way they don't get the default tax rate. Like, nobody's paying that default amount unless you're like some lottery winner or some shit to where you just, there ain't no way around it. But nobody's really paying that amount.
You're trying to, you're going to go to account and then try to find out how to minimize that. But I still think it's like, why do they feel they deserve $4 out of $10? Like,
no.
That means
you get $4 out of $10 if you don't know what you're doing and you just want a lump sum and you want it to watch it be in the bank, because capital is supposed to move in a marketplace. If you make it stagnate, you fuck up the actual market itself. So You have to keep the money moving into other vehicles. Like they want you to keep investing in something. Like there are people who don't have the intellectual curiosity to find out what to do with that type of money, and they take that hit because you only take that hit one time, and then it's the interest off the money that you keep getting hit for. But other than that, dude, I wouldn't care at that point. It won't matter. I mean, dude, I could buy a whole county in Mississippi and just clear that off and turn it into, I don't know, dude. There's other things I can do when I get money that large, right? Like I'm not gonna sit there and just take the hit over it.
Well, if you get 10 million, and then I just think the government shows up, they're like, yeah, we need 3.7 million of that. It's like, and then the state wants theirs, and it's like, hold on a minute, like, what the fuck did you people do for that money? I'm the one taking the risk. I'm the one that could go broke when these trucks don't deliver or when COVID hits, and you don't bail. I mean, it's like, what's the government doing? Just sitting around. They ain't doing shit for the money you are,
Yeah.
So
yeah, but that's just part of the system that we're a part of. Like I have no interest in giving these people anything, and I'm not selling this stuff unless I could be able to put it into a place to where I can actually benefit off of it. I just don't want to sell it, sit around, be a 40-something-year-old guy at the retirement ceremony festival trying to figure out what to do with my. No, hell no.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But check this out. So here's another thing. Like, let's say you retire, you're 60, you get that 10 million, that they take whatever, 2 million, you find other ways to spend it, right? And
it's
then
going to be 20% max. It's going to be 20%.
Well, just say 20, right? So 10 million, you keep 8. You put it into some shit. And the issue is, then they tax you. So you invested in CDs, just whatever. Now you've already paid taxes on it once when you earned it. And then you sold it for 10 and you paid the 2 million. You got 8 left. Well, if you invest the 8 and you make money on that 8, then they hit you again. And it's like, hold on, I already paid taxes on the 10. Now you're going to hit me on 8.
That's how progressive taxation works, man.
No, I get that, but it's just, it's fucking shit. Okay. And my problem with it is they play these games. They, like the tolls, like fees on shit. Like, so they're just hit you coming and going. Every time I turn around, they're hitting. There's a gas tax of 80 cents that they waived for like a week last year. People don't even know they're paying 80 cents on gas. They don't even know it. They're just driving around. Like, we got a lot of people doing this shit. Well, I'm with you, right? But so people get mad at corporations. I'm like, corporations suck, but guess what? The federal government's just as bad. They're fucking stealing it from everybody they can and hiding it. I just want transparency. Here's what I'm saying. If they want massive corporate taxes, great. Don't tax the citizens. Tax the companies. Or just tax the citizens and not the corporations, but pick one, because they hide it with all these shell games. We need transparency.
I think they could do both. I think they can get rid of the minimum wage by offering more tax cuts to businesses based on a multiplier effect of how much they pay people over a so-called minimum wage, kind of based on what the career field is, because I don't want everybody being kind of, taxed at the same rate like we're all in the military or something like that. So I think the market can fix all that. It's just at the end of the day, oligarchy don't need capitalism. They don't care about capitalism anymore. No, they're not bringing their money back. They don't care about hiring people. They don't care about products. They don't care where their products work. They don't care if their products hurt people. They don't care about any of that other stuff. That's probably that we're at now.
All right. Well, let's get back to some lies.
Yeah.
All right. Look, at least I can have a reasonable conversation. Stanley's nuts.
Vice President Vance.
Yeah, okay.
First Lady of the United States.
Man, my wife better made me dinner. I'm hungry. All right, look, I got to go eat dinner, fellas.
All right, Ryan, man. Have a nice day.
See you later.
If my wife ain't home for whatever reason, I'll be back.
All right.
See you guys.
All right, later, man.
All right.
members of Congress, and my fellow Americans. Our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before. Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American.
Oh, by the way, I'm playing this at 1 1/4 speed. So you're not going to get the slurs, the slurred speech.
American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America. When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year,
Yeah, this guy,
I can say with dignity and pride,
this guy is just a piece of work. And you know, it's one of these things, if you say it enough times, eventually it people start believing it.
that we have achieved a
Notice how
transformation
there's
like
that one
no
poll
one
and
has
there's
ever
no
seen
other
before.
poll.
And a turnaround for the ages.
So
It is
far.
indeed a turnaround
Yeah.
for the ages.
Well, CNN had like that, you know how they do that focus group thing where people
Yeah.
actually live react to it. I basically don't trust CNN, mainly because they're part of that Warner Brothers deal. So as a matter of fact, Trump basically said that one of his concerns is who buys CNN. So CNN is kind of in his crosshairs. Huh.
And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure. Thank you. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again, perhaps like never before. After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far. In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States. But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year. And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline.
You know, for some reason, my chat's not working right, and I cannot figure out why. So, if
What, no
people
one's
are trying
chatting
to type,
there or what?
well, I've dropped a couple test chats in. Usually it flows a little bit better. So I'm gonna go into the settings and see if I can't figure out what's going on here.
Like I could type
In
simple
recorded
stuff in my
history, this
chat
is the biggest
in StreamYard, and it just say YouTube has blocked it. When I go to YouTube and actually type it into the chat, and they'll just go through.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. I haven't really changed anything, but anyway.
Think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born.
Yeah, the
Substantially
Nazi.
Before he was born.
I'm sorry, the
That's a
Klan
long
member.
time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%.
What?
Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster.
Yeah, that
It's now
core,
below
that
$2.30
core.
a gallon in most states, and in some places $1.
Where the hell is I'm trying to figure out where he got that core inflation thing from.
Down to 1.7%.
It is
What
not. That is
on
absolutely wrong.
I mean, it's not even wrong by a small margin.
Exactly.
It's the wrong by okay. Diesel is over $4 across the country. I drive across the country, and last 2 weeks ago, diesel was $3.09. Now it's $4.17 in Missouri, when it was $3.09 2 weeks ago. Well, actually, before we actually caught Maduro, whenever that was. And all this crude oil is on the market. We should have brought the prices down, but the prices are up, even though we're trading more crude oil and we're messing around with Iran so that way we can keep the actual crude oil artificially high while he steals other people's natural resources. It's like people just can't see it or not trying to see it.
What's up, Queen?
How you doing?
Pretty good. Trying to figure out why my chat isn't working.
What you mean your chat not working?
I'm typing stuff in it, and it's only intermittently. Okay, well, not sure.
You wrote text, right?
Here.
Let me look at it on
what?
YouTube. I said you wrote text, right?
Yeah, but I've written it like 4 times. Natasha, ooh, we are blessed. How you doing? Oh, okay. What is your audio not working?
It is. I don't know. Okay, so I am up on the screen, but yeah, I was just coming up to let you know that the chat isn't working. You figured that out yourself, but even as subscribers, we can't chat with you. So just FYI.
What?
Okay. Yeah, I can't. I have no idea. I didn't change anything. I'm gonna go back and see if I can't turn the subscriber only off. I was just playing around with it, trying to figure out why chatting isn't working.
Yeah.
You know, we now it's a lot more peaceful without the yahoos in the chat. But,
there is that benefit for sure. But yeah, it's been nice listening to both you and Man of Tomorrow. I see Queen jumped up as well, but I will go back to being a chat person and listen. So
all right. Well, hopefully I can fix it.
Hopefully.
See you later. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'll go and tinker around with it. I really don't want to stop and have to start another. If it comes to that, I might do it. But I had this title for the show picked specially out for it, and I hate to tear it down and start over, but if I gotta, I gotta.
I think you gonna have to
And then
because
when I
it's
visit,
not working.
Yeah. Well, we'll just play this a little bit more, and then I'll see if I can't fix it. I'll just start over.
visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
Where, dude? What are you talking about?
He said
Lord.
he said in Iowa, and
Now,
I'm confused.
Mortgage rates are the
Over here
lowest
in
in 4 years.
Washington,
yeah, I'm like, what country is he living in?
That's not true. I was in Iowa last week driving to New Jersey. There is no gasoline that is below 250. Nowhere in the state.
well, over here in Washington, gas is over $4 a gallon. So I don't know what the hell he talking about.
Yeah.
Like that's insane.
$1.85 in Iowa. Like there is no there's only one place I know of that could come close to that. That's on like the Texas and Oklahoma border. There's like the Mississippi and Alabama border where I routinely see like the lowest gas. They're not even below 250. So I don't get where this 189 stuff's coming from.
I mean, he just tell lies. That's what the man do.
Man, that is so weird.
You talking about the tax deal?
Yeah, it's like intermittently a chat will go through. So I typed in TEST, and then I typed test after that, and it still didn't. The second one didn't go through. So let's see here.
That's why I don't even mess with that stuff because I've been to change something and I can't figure it out. And
Well, I didn't change anything. The only thing I changed.
So it just did it on its own?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't changed anything. Now, every now and again, you do get a show that just doesn't work right. There are system issues, both for YouTube. This looks like a YouTube issue. It could be something on the YouTube side.
Yeah, like
and the annual cost of a typical.
I mean, I've actually had like issues with sound and stuff where I will have to, basically end the show and start over again. So to be honest, it's not hard to do because I have shows, sometimes I have shows in the background because, I'll have like 5 different shows from comments people have made. So it really wouldn't be a problem to start a new show. It's just I'm lazy.
New mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year.
What mortgage? How does that work?
And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem while at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both. And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that. 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe. Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes.
Yeah, this dude is full of himself.
A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest.
We were a dead country.
As thousands of new businesses are forming in factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production.
Yeah, but you lost a million manufacturing jobs.
A day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
Our new
partner.
Our little friend.
No, it's like our brand new territory.
Yeah, this guy is a piece of work.
American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector. We ended DEI in America. We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year, we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps.
What's this nigga talking about? What are you talking about?
The state of our union is strong.
How did he get the people off welfare? Like, how did that work?
He just kicked them out.
Oh, okay. While giving tax cuts at the same time.
Again. In fact, we're winning so much.
Yeah.
I really don't know what to do
the
about
job
it.
market being
People are
trash.
asking me, please, Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
I wonder what this would have sounded like at regular speed. Because he sounds really chipper and upbeat, but it's just him speeding up the actual language.
Why the hell is he looking at a hockey team? Why? What the hell did they got to do with the State of the Union?
I can't think of a more un-American sport than United States hockey.
Go ahead. That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House. They were in the Oval Office before. And I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I've never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck.
Jesus Christ. Did you hear that the goalie's going to get the Presidential Medal of Freedom?
Yeah.
Dude is just making a mockery of this country.
What the Presidential Medal is, what is that medal for?
They won gold in hockey. They beat Canada.
No,
Yeah,
it's supposed to be the highest civilian honor. It's kind of like the Medal of Honor.
Oh, the president. Oh,
civilian.
yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the gold medals. I was waiting for him to take a bite out of it to prove it was real gold.
That is insane.
Think of it, 46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off. You practiced that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question.
Huh.
But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case, my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
You don't give it to people because they won a gold medal. What is going on here?
There go those democratic norms.
So this guy got the Presidential Medal of Freedom because he was a goalie for a gold-winning team in the Olympics. We give the highest civilian honor to that.
Very great, the best.
Apparently.
I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no. And every single one of
somebody's going to
them
vote no.
So I want to thank you. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much.
That's very interesting.
No, you need to get back to this line about the economy. This gold, man, this Presidential Medal of Freedom to a goalie of a gold-winning team. Wow.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine Obama giving his Presidential Medal of Freedom to somebody who cut his hair?
Dude would get all kinds. He would get all kinds of guff. This, I just don't know how anybody can just stand this guy. It's just, he cheapens everything. It's like, people like Toni Morrison have gotten the presidential. There have been some like real accomplished people over a lifetime.
Jim Brown,
yeah.
Muhammad Ali. We're going to put this goalie who haven't put in no work to change anything in America in that list of people.
Yeah. Dude is just cheapened everything.
We didn't even give Tom Brady the Presidential Medal of Freedom. We didn't give Joe Montana the Presidential Medal of Freedom. We didn't give Jerry Rice the Presidential Medal of Freedom. We didn't give Michael Jordan the Presidential Medal of Freedom. But we're going to give this guy on a hockey team the president. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude has just cheapened America. It's the Walmartization or the Trump steakification. It's Trump's America now. It's not the United States of America, it's Trump states of America.
Trump states.
Yeah, dude is just abominable. All right,
Man, no, Stan. I wonder how much worse this would be listening to this at a normal pace.
we are listening at the normal pace now.
Oh, okay. I thought you sped it up for a time.
But
You sounded pretty upbeat.
he gets tireder towards the end. I heard there's another news article here, and I haven't read it, but they're talking about the moment Trump's State of the Union speech changed. At first, President Trump stuck to a largely positive message, but his speech took a big turn about an hour in. And we're at let's see, we are at oh shoot, you know what? We're less than an hour in. I put the link to the new StreamYard in the back. I think I'm gonna just start over and see if the chat will work in another session. If it doesn't, then I'm just gonna keep on. But I kind of miss the banter in the chat. I'm sure I'll regret missing the banter in the chat. But
okay, so we just hit that link.
Yeah, but give me like 5 minutes before you hit it. Okay. And everybody, I will attempt to drop the new. Well, I'm going to start a new show, so hopefully y'all will get the pop up. Just in case. I'll see if I can drop it in the link in the chat if it goes through. Yeah. Okay. Well, the link just went through to the new YouTube session. I'm going to end this and just give me 5 minutes, and I'll start up a new one because the chat's just not working right, and it's a little annoying. So I'll see you over there. And as a matter of fact, let me take out the closing theme so I can just shut this down. No reason to play. You know what? What the hell? I'll play the music. All right. See you over there, MOT.
All right, cool. All right.
Yeah.
With all that we have given them, we should own perhaps at least one half of this asset. The revenues generated because of it.
Like philosopher.
And it's not it, just take out the Obama race part. Why the fuck is the president of the United States hosting cartoons?
Stanley walked tall with a paperback brain. Quotes
well, I don't know what it was, but the thing is that if you ever go and you kind of read these people's biographies,
fearing his shoes. Library brave.
Whew. The MAGA blacks. You get a bunch of MAGA blacks. That's what you get out of it, President. You get MAGA blacks who will put. I'm a drunk old man with a head shaped like a shroom. And then the other thing we've forgotten is brevity. That's the main lesson I learned today, and I